I want to be more like this. Don't you think?
Things like that.
Alright.
What is it? Episode
2. That we're airing.
not the pilot.
Did you know? I was waiting for you to come to in my car and look at like the background screen because I like went through a lot of work, too much work to do this, but I have like our logo on the background screen. It says a trip down Knob Creek pilot episode, but for some reason the E doesn't show up on episode. Episode.
Yeah. That's what it's called.
And I knew when you eventually do see it, you're gonna be like, "That's dope. Why is the E missing?" And I would be like, "I don't know why." But yeah. So.
No, I feel like when you do a podcast, like you gotta be able to like talk to everyone.
Like everyone like watching or everyone
like age-wise, like relate to everyone. Because I think it's good when people have podcasts. The ones that I listen to are the ones that like I could listen to like anywhere. Like it doesn't matter who can hear it. Like I think those are always good.
I think a good podcast is a podcast that's kind of gets into like some good deep conversation, really asking why, and it can be really boring sometimes, but the high point of the podcast is like, wow, I took something away from this, you know?
You never remember everything from a podcast, but you remember something.
Yeah, because sometimes Joe Rogan, I listen to his podcast.
Yeah.
He's just squirted right in my mouth. He just talks about like some really boring stuff, but then he'll make a joke and it's just like reels me right back in, you know? But I do like listening to his podcast.
Have you ever just shaved all of your beard and had just some mustache?
No. I want to though, now that you say that. What do you think I look like? Let's edit it and then
visualizing it.
Because when I do shave my mustache, I don't like shave at all. I shave around the lips because it kind of bugs
you
me.
just did recently. Or
Yeah.
you did when you got your haircut.
Is it kind of lined up nicely?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought Rebecca did a good job on it. I'm pretty sure that was her name.
It's Vanessa, that's right.
No. Who is Bob's wife? Anyway, we go to the chop shop, and Bob's a really husky guy, but he has a decent haircut.
Yeah, I've never had. I see him do good haircuts.
Literally, I've been in there probably 4 times, and I've watched Bob consume probably 10,000 total calories. like he'll finish getting a haircut and just start pulling out the double doubles, and I'm like, man, you're a big dog. Like.
So last time I went, this happens at a lot of barbershops, but the owner's kid is usually there. Mark's kid was there. This was a little kid, and the girl cutting my hair. They were like talking back and forth, and then one of the younger guys was squirting with a squirt gun. And so he took the spray bottle and like turned it, and clearly he's done this before, and turned it to where it's just like and they're shooting, and Mark was having a bad day. I don't know what was going on. But he, like, the girl cut my hair, was like, here, use a magazine, because he was, like, in the room around the corner, and so the kid was just getting shot up with water, and he was just shooting him, like, the other hairdresser was, like, around the corner, like going back, you should use this magazine and hold it in front of your face and, like, shoot over it. So he, like, does it, gets pretty close, and then the Justin guy comes out and is just, like, squirting, and the kid's like, no, and, like, squirts, and it hits, like, 7 people waiting. I mean, the place was busy. Like, just right, 7 people.
I'm amazed at how busy that place is.
It randomly gets busy, yeah.
I don't even, usually when I go get a haircut, I show up and they're like, oh, Rebecca can take you in the next 5 minutes. But.
Because you're the common fuck.
I know. But this place is nice, but it's like, I go in and they're knowing, like, they're going to be like, yeah, we can take you about 3 o'clock and it's 10 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll be back here at 3. So I pretty much go in there the first time early in the day, knowing. Yeah. So, but great haircuts. What have you had any interesting conversations with?
Yeah, Luke. Straight up, and I hate when people do this. Straight up, just ask me. So, what are your thoughts on Trump? And we're not even like. She's just like, All right, so you want to have them 2 on the side? Yeah. Cut a little bit off the top. Okay. Can you do a beard trim? You guys, that works. Okay. What are your thoughts on Trump? Like I couldn't be like, oh no, I'm out. Just why does it click?
Because
what are your thoughts on Trump?
Basically, I feel like if someone asks you that, it's like either someone loves Trump or they hate Trump.
You don't know where you're going.
Yeah. So
you
it's like you're about to either be like, oh man, we're totally agree on everything, or it's about like, all right, oops.
Yeah. That's why I don't want to get weird because I'm just gonna be like, oh, I thought you said a 0 all around. Bald.
He's taking the razor.
Why is shaving cream on the top of my head?
You know what? I saw like a meme the other day. It was like, I think I sent it to you. The one with it showed like haircuts when I was 10 years old compared to the 10-year-old kids getting haircuts that are like perfectly straight, faded. And I remember when I was 10, I was like, man, I'm kind of ready for a haircut. Just probably, I think it was like
I think you were the only one that did that though.
Yeah, I was
I've never cut my own hair.
Really?
Ever.
The fact that you've cut my hair.
And it turned out decent.
It turned out awful. It was the worst. Well, that and Ty Early, the haircut he gave me in class. So that was my sophomore year at Yakima. Ty doesn't. So we need to give a oral presentation explaining how to do something. And I explained how to hit a curveball and like how to hit a fastball. It was on the baseball team. There's like 9 kids in the class.
Yeah.
And I like had a nice outline for it. Ty hadn't done anything the entire like semester. It shows up on the last day and he's like, or not the last day, but the day before.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, man, I really gotta get something together. And he was like, can I cut your hair? And I was like, I mean, because you know how I am with hair. It's like, yeah, I mean, if it means you get an A, like, go ahead. So he's like, he acts like, it pisses me off because he acts like he knows what he's doing because it's an oral presentation. He's like, first you take the cloppers and like you plug them in. Yet, what do you want, a 3 or a 4? Like it's a professional haircut, and he gave me like an 8 and just ran it right over the top. and then he like stopped and was like, see, this is my favorite part of the haircut. And I'm just sitting in front of the class and there's like,
is everyone just dying?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, everybody. Like,
what was
the
teacher?
The teacher was sitting there, and he was like, well, that last part. Repeat that last part. Like he thought Ty actually knew how to cut hair because Ty did come off like that. But yeah, no, it was a bad haircut. And I remember like later in the day, I thought he did a pretty good job and everything. Like, it's how hard is it just to buzz everything? Like, it's like mowing the lawn, don't miss the spot. So later in the day, after baseball practice, take off my hat, like I'm looking in the mirror, and there's just like a thread. Like, because he cut it, my hair was like pretty long, and he cut it to a 4 or whatever, but it was just like a huge, I think I have a picture of it. I'll put the picture right up here. It'll be right here. But, yeah. Alright, on to the next one.
What's the worst class presentation you had? Like, not you, but you've been like watched.
This one's tough. It's mine.
Okay. I thought it was gonna be mine.
No, it's mine. So, it was geography in 6th grade.
You didn't know what shit was.
I didn't know the names of shit. So, there I am, picking a country in Africa. Like, what I'm gonna do my presentation on. And so somebody takes, like, Egypt, and it's my turn, I'm like, ooh. Nigeria. Mm-hmm. And of course, Nigeria has the Niger. So, and for those of you watching, it's the Niger River, and it's Nigeria. But I was 6th grade, and I was still in the process of learning geographical skills. But it was one of those presentations where it was like, all right, just do some research like in the first half of class, and then just give us present the second half. Yeah. So I didn't have time to I probably did, but at this time I didn't know that was like derogatory. But the worst part is that I said Nigeria,
And the teacher.
And the teacher was just like kind of let me go on. And then by the time I got to the river, it was straight just like the word. Like,
N-word river.
And then I finished the presentation. And then everyone claps. And then, I'm sure, like,
The teacher went home and told all of her friends, like,
yeah, this kid.
This dumbass with an awful haircut that he got from his teammate.
Oh my god, you asked about the worst presentation.
Were you in the Spanish
But the
class?
thing is, like, I went and no one told me. And then, like, later
no
on.
one probably knew,
No, I know, yeah, no one probably knew, but I think, like, there was a girl that came up to me, like, after class and was like, like, not, she didn't point out that I
it's in Nigeria.
Yeah, so she's like, I'm pretty sure it's the Niger River and Nigeria. I'm not, she was like, kind of, she was really nice about it. Like, I'm not sure, but I think I've heard it before, and I think that's how you say it.
I think you're wrong.
And I was like, no, I wonder what I said means.
I'm gonna go play baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
Pitch, swing, home run.
Do you have any presentation that went on?
In Spanish. I think you were in there when I had to teach the class how to Dougie. And all I really knew how to say was, como se dice?
Yeah, which is all you
How do you say? So I'm like, I like the beginning, like, yo soy Hayden, blah, blah, blah. And I even have, like, I'm going to teach you how to Dougie. And you guys were like, oh, this is going to be good. Because I was, like, dancing under her.
And, and it's like, I'm going to, like, you say the first part in Spanish and the last part, because there's not, like, a Spanish word for Dougie. So people
I was like, teach you how to, and I was like, Dougie. And they were like, yeah. And I remember, I thought it was like you, Wyatt, Justin, and Tommy. No, you weren't in it. It was me, Tommy, Justin, and Wyatt, because we played NBA team's roster game. Where you, like, you go in a circle and you see who can name the amount of people on that roster.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's down to the last one. So anyways, so I'm like, Dougie. You're like, yeah. And I'm like, right. Senior Mesa, cool. This is like a midterm like presentation. It's not just like a bullshit one. I'm like, como se dice arms? And he's like, whatever. And I'm like, okay. So move, and I say it like in Spanish, move your, and then I say, and he goes, and I'm like, arms. Like just kind of go, and I'm like, and then and I used the next, and then I was like, como se dice shoulders? Like the whole presentation, I'm like shoulders, and he's like, Chico. And he like tells me, I'm like, okay.
Chico.
And then I was like, move your shoulder. And then, and at this point I'm like, man, this is just doesn't sound good, because I keep going, como se dice, like, so I'm like, como se dice hips? And he goes, I can't. And I'm like,
so you're just stuck in the middle of a presentation, like,
he used his like toe.
Yeah,
because I was like, como se, and he was like,
figure it out.
Yeah, and I'm like,
ask Jorge.
So I'm like, all right, and Wyatt and Tommy are just,
So you just start.
Wyatt and Tommy are just like this. So Wyatt and Tommy are just like, and I'm like, and people start laughing, and I'm like, man, this is tough, and I'm like, and I go, and then I was like, gracias. And yeah, and then he's like, and the question was like, so did you learn how to Dougie? Or whoever. And he asked after every presentation, and he was like, like Dougie. And everyone was like, yeah. And he was like, so I have presentation skills, 10 out of 10. Presentation skills, 10. Like language, like pronunciation, 1. This is 1. Knowledge of words, 1. And then it was like a group like participation kind of thing, 10. So it's 10, 1.
So you got
10.
like a C.
I got like a D.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. So then I went, and it was like after like at the end of the semester, I'm like, man, is there any way you like grade up? I had like a G or something. I was like, is there any way I get my grade up to like an F? So I'd love it if you just could. And so he's like, so we're like looking through it, and I see like a 61, and I'm like, hey, I was like, well, that's 61. I was like, what was that?
What's that all about?
No, go back. I was like, oh, that 80. And he's like, oh, no, that was the quiz. I was like, okay. He's like, I'm 84, like, whatever. He's like working with me. Okay, what about that 74? Because, like, obviously it was like, you need 500 points to have whatever, so anything helped. And we were just trying to just kind of go through.
Wow.
So he's like, 71. I was like, oh, what's that 71? And he's like, oh, that, did you do that homework with the tabs? And I'm like,
oh yeah, the tabs.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay. Okay, and you can see in his eyes like, oh my god.
Alright, well,
So he's like K79, he's like great, and I'm like a couple points away from like a D or whatever. And I'm like, oh, that's 61. And he goes, that's the presentation. And he keeps scrolling. Like everyone would kind of like, remember this? Like,
he was so nice, but he would talk nice, but everything that came out was like harsh.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember, it was the first time I had my phone taken away for texting in class. I'm sitting in there, like he's going over like, como chicos, lapis, lapel, whatever.
A lot of paper. We got a lot of paper on the class.
I'm just right here, just like, I'll do my flashcards at home, like texting kind of thing. and he's like, my Spanish name was like Armadillo or something. No, it was Guillermo. So he's like, oh, Guillermo, and I'm like, yes. And he's like, is that your phone in your, and he said in Spanish probably.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, is that your phone in your lab? And I was like,
phone out?
And I was like, no, what are you talking about? And obviously it was right here. And he's like, Chico, like, because I was just like, no, like thinking he was an idiot.
Yeah. He can't be sitting.
He was like, oh, okay.
That's not
I was looking at my little. No, but literally, I was like, oh yeah, this is it, and he took it, and then I was, after like that, how it happens, the rest of the class you're just like pissed off at him.
And you're just like, I wonder what she's texting.
You want me to learn right now?
Yeah.
After what you just put me through?
You think I want to learn? And they'd be like, and dos plus dos equals, and I'm like, no, I'm not answering. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
I'll trade you an answer for the phone. But literally, he was like, you can come get it after school. So I'm like, in the next classes, I'm probably just getting like whatever kind of text messages that I'm getting during the day, and then at the end of the day, I head up to Mesa, and he looks at me, he's like, what's up, how's it going? Like all night.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, you're the kid I took the phone. I'm like, okay, obviously you remember that.
I'm not just gonna come back after class.
Hey,
that's your wife.
I was wondering about that in chapter 3. No.
So I'm kind of ahead of the class right now. What does this word mean? Like you're never gonna say that.
He's like, oh, the phone, no, CCC, or whatever, and I don't get it, but it makes it.
I had my phone taken away a lot of times, just a ton, and I had taken away.
What teachers?
Oh God, dude, what teacher didn't?
Okay.
Kendall took it. Burke took it.
Hartland,
well, I had my phone. She has it. She uses it.
She overtook her Snapchat.
Snapchat take over. I would walk in and she'd be like, "Hayden, phone," and I'm like, "It's focused." I'm like, "We can't be." She's like, "Not today. We're reading today. We're doing homework," because it was always like she let us do whatever we wanted. And then she'd clearly somebody it'd get out, or a bunch of kids would go to hers, and then why are they all going there?
Yeah.
So you'd have that strict day. Walk in, I'm on the phone. She's like, "Hey, phone, let's go." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like,
"Focus hasn't even started."
No, it hasn't even started. Nope. Today's doing homework. Actually gonna focus today. Blah blah blah. I'm like, all right. So I give her the phone, and then Tommy walks in, and she's like, "Tommy, put your phone away, please." And I'm like, what? And she's like, "No, you're always on your phone. Do something." Jeez. Sure enough, I'm like, I'm gonna prove her wrong. Get 20 pages of my homework done, and I was like, oh, that's actually a really productive day. Next day, just on my phone.
I feel like you're the person that does their homework for the rest of the year, if you can. But
I do it the opposite way. Though. I do it at the very end. For everything.
That 61 that you got in the presentation. What's the worst?
1 out of 98.
Was it because you were cheating?
No, not the best cheating story ever.
Oh, you were off a number or something.
Mm-mm.
No, okay. Wow. Okay, 1 out of 98.
Or 1 out of 99, whatever. I got one right, and she goes, "I'm pretty sure this is mathematically impossible," because it was 100 options, and then you had to match it to 100 things, or it could have been 50 or whatever. You had to match it. So A goes to this, B goes to this. And I got one right. And she goes,
mathematics, you literally buy a lottery ticket.
She's writing it. And we're reading it.
Oh my God.
She goes, "Hayden, come here." And she's just smiling. And I'm like, oh my God, my first day. It's senior in high school. No,
she's
this is
smiling.
Freshman year in high school. And I'm like, no way. And she was probably gonna be like, here, like I laminated it, threw it back.
You know the stickers.
So I walk over and she's like, so, and I see it, and it's like I'll say whatever, 49. And I'm like, oh, here we go. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I'm pretty sure I like looked at it like 9 times. I went over and blah blah blah, like double checked with the key with it, like, you got one right, and I'm pretty sure that's mathematically impossible. And I'm like, man, that's gotta be worth something. And she's like, no, you still failed. But it's pretty what? Like, yeah, that's crazy. Okay, can you go get Kelsey for me? And I'm like, that was stupid. And best cheating story ever, though.
But what were you thinking about, like, during that test?
I thought it was like, that's right, 7.
Like, just.
That's the thing. She's like, if you just went like this, you should have gotten 2. Like, there's no way that like, if you get one wrong, there has to be another one wrong.
I mean, if you
so that's where she was like,
someone can do it.
This is impossible. Like, there's no way that you got one. And I didn't double up on any. Like, I didn't like. Yeah, pretty crazy, pretty cool.
That's tough.
So, 5th grade Miss Gord's class. Gord. You were in.
Yeah.
Really cool. My brother had her. Josh was amazing. Oh,
I can't wait to have your younger
yeah,
son.
okay. I walk in and it's like, dun, and it was like, Hey, so 2 stories. One's good. The second one's the best story I have. First one, AR testing. Did you ever AR test where you like take the like 5 questions, 10 questions, 20? Yeah. Do you remember the story?
No.
So AR testing.
Everyone did Harry Potter, though, whether they read it or not. Because though that was worth like 48 points.
Yes,
you did 1.
So I needed 300 points for my AR goal.
And if you did,
you got like
a year.
If you did, you got like a pizza party and like 9 hours of recess.
You got to go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Right. You have to go to the freaking moon. And so I'm like, man, it's like 300. And I'm like, did you do it? I'm like, yeah, 390. Jared Gomez. Did you do it? Yeah, I have 1,000. I have a blue sticker. Like, I'm like, man, this is like, and so all my friends were doing it. And it was like that Friday was like ice cream party, pizza outside, as much tucker ball as you want, or whatever, tether ball. And the other people had to read. And I'm like, this is not
what I'm about.
And I look over, I'm like, Bradley Weber, the weirdest kid in the class. I'm like, you done? And he's like, no. I'm like, so it's gonna be me and fucking Bradley Weaver reading in class for an hour while everyone else is like, give me a
That's why they do it.
Yeah.
They're like, are you done reading yet? Knocking on the window.
Yeah, no, windows at recess.
You're like,
nah. So anyways, I found out that if you go on and you're like, so you go like my student ID, and then you pick the book, and then you go to start quiz, and then it starts the quiz.
You could open it up time.
So I went boom. I'm like, oh, I want to take it twice. So I went to like the Harry Potter Goblet of Fire. It's like 900 points. Teacher would never believe. From 0 to 900. Like I'm putting all my chips on one book.
I'm all in.
So yeah, so I take it. I'm just like, take it, like whatever. Hoping I can just get like 20, like just anything.
Yeah.
Get 0. And I see all the answers. And I'm like, wait. So I cut it. 5th grade now. Copy down. Yeah, I'm like, copying it out. Like, perfect. Go back, take it. It's like, you've already taken this test. And I'm like, damn. So that's
I'm going to make another account.
Yeah, so I'm going to be different. Like, so I'm like, damn, I got to figure this out. Tomorrow's the only, like, the next day. And she knows I have 0 AR points. Like, the dog, right now, the class dog was like, bark, give him 2. So, give him 2. So I'm like, it's like I could have written like a picture book. And I'm just like, what's the name of the book?
What's the color on page 4? That's the book with you.
And I'm like 4. So anyways, so I'm like, all right. So I go to take one, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get to this. Right as I'm about to click start test, somebody was like, Hayden, and I was like, what? Like, come here. And I like went over there, and I talked for so long. I went over, and it was like logged out. Like it was just like you had to log back into the whole computer.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm like, dang it. And the other one, like there's a computer right next to it, and it was already logged. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go all the way back, click start, and I go, and I like do the whole thing, and I gotta figure this out. Here are the right answers, just in case. Here are the right answers. I'm like, all right. And I was like, wait, I had something on that other computer. I'm like, what was the other book? Something happened, and I went back, and I logged back in, and it's like start test. And I'm like, and I just took that test, and I was like, okay, so I click start, copy all the answers, copy it down, get 100. So that's that was like 100 points or whatever. And I'm like, okay, that's amazing.
I'm partying tomorrow.
So I go to 2 computers, and I go to start test, and I go to start test. And I just go right through with both screens, say the same thing. Start the test, did it, and it didn't log that I did it. So I go back to this one, start the test. Do it like 20 times. Like,
so you were just sitting pretty.
God, bro, I 2,000 points.
No, I really read a lot last night.
Like,
I took up speed reading.
like just, and so yeah, so she's like, reading, she's like, okay, and she's like, here it is, and everyone's like, drum roll, and she's printing out the list of everyone that hasn't.
That's the most.
Like, no, just enough.
Oh,
It's like, all right, Jake Manson, Lila, Rolling,
Yeah.
Hayden, Jared, and everyone's like, Hayden? And I was like, yeah, woo! And she looks over and she's like, Hayden, 2,000. And she looks at me and I'm like, what? She's like, did you cheat? And I was like, no. So she goes, how did you? And I'm like, I took the AR test. And she's like, no. And I'm just looking at her like, I'm all
you're
in.
like, I'm all in.
I jumped in. And so I'm like, and Jared Gomez. What was Harry Potter Goblet of Fire about?
No, he didn't.
And I'm like, Harry Potter. Everyone starts dying laughing, and I'm like, dodge that bullet. So the next one comes up.
Harry Potter.
And before he could be like, that's not like it, everyone's like, ah! Thinking I knew what it was about, like mocking him.
Next people who else to go party.
So she's like, all right, so we're out to recess, and she calls me, woo! Like the fat recess head, woo! Hey, Dad! And I'm like, oh, she found out.
Like you're shooting noobs out of class.
Yeah, I'm like, game point. I'm like, what? Like, hey, come here. I'm like, all right. I go inside and Miss Gord's pacing back and forth between two computers. And I'm like, she definitely figured it out. I'm like, damn. And she prints out the books, the AI test that I took. And she goes, so you took Clifford the Big Red Dog, Harry Potter, the Prison of Azkaban. Like, I just read Clifford and I'm like, yep, right for Harry! Like,
But Clifford was worth like 0.5 points and you needed 200. So you can do it the hard way.
so I like, and she's like, you got 0 and then you got 100. Then you got 0, or like 0, 0, then you got 0. So you just didn't read these and you're just trying to guess. And I'm like, no, I did bad on those. And I'm like,
No,
face
yeah,
is
I
red.
did bad on
You know when you're in trouble and your like, face is just boiling red. She's like, then you got 0, then you got 100. Then you got 0, then you got 100. 0 got 100. And she's just like scrolling down, like just like this. 0 got 100. 0 got 100, 0 got 100. If I did it like 3 or 4 times, she probably was like, yeah, whatever, screw it.
But you went all.
I set the record. Like the last AI test was like, ding, 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 ding. Woo! I'm like, oh my god.
There's going to be a presentation.
I know.
Mr. AR is going to come to the school and present.
I had more AR points than the librarian. And she was like 95, and she was just like, taking like in her sleep. What do you do for fun? I drank an AR test. Anyways, I had to read with Bradley Weber. He introduced me to who Green Day was, though.
Okay.
So that's a pretty good stuff. Worst cheating story I have. 100, never forget this, 100 multiple choice, all about like the Oregon Trail. This is 5th grade, same year.
Wow.
So fast forward to like end of the year, and that was at the AR was at the end of the year. This was at the beginning of the year. She's like, all right, we've read the Oregon Trail, blah, blah, blah. We did like so much, this is a big final, and if you got over like 80, you got 2 cans of pop that you picked. 2 cans. Like she would go to the store and she'd get 2 cans of pop. I'm like, hell yeah. So I'm like, man, I just don't know this. Like, where's the Oregon Trail at? And I'm like, Mississippi. Like, I don't know. And I'm going through an Olivia Nyland.
Remember her?
Love her to death. Sitting next to me. And she has like the mechanical pencil and she's
Yeah.
like, and I'm like pulling a bag out like,
Anybody got pencil?
and like, no, I'm like, all right. Pulling out of someone else's bag. It's like a red Sharpie. It wasn't even like a pen or a pencil. A highlighter. So I'm like, man, I'm like struggling, and I like look over, and she's like, it was like a cadence for her. She was like, and I'm like, and she's trying to scroll class, like her presentation, she like came as like a pioneer, like on a trail, like with horse and buggy. Like, we're gonna go outside for Olivia's presentation. I was like, hello, y'all. Like, so she's like cruising through it, and I'm like, oh, bet. So I'm like looking, and boom, 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 like get through all of it, and I'm like, got it, and like finished. It was like the 100th one, she was like scratching her head. She like puts it down. I'm like 100, and I was like, I gotta get up and go before we walk up together. So I'm like, boom, 100, and I'm like, boom, got it. Walk up to the class. I'm in the very back of the class. Walk up and I set it down, like the 3rd window, and I set it down, and the score's like high five. I'm like, thanks. high five, and I turn around, and everyone's like, "You're done," and I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What?" Walking back.
See
like,
who I was sitting in?
yeah, exactly. Walking back, I felt like the lights were off, and there's a spotlight. Like, what? I sit back down, and I'm just like, "Yeah." Jenna ends up and was in my class. I'm like, never said it. She's like, "Shut up," and I'm like, "No, I know." Like, last one.
You're still working?
Yeah. Oh, that was Jared Gomez. I'm like, "Jared, are you done?" And he's like, "I'm on 50. I'm like, "Man, that sucks." So I'm like chilling, and I'm like, and Olivia's sitting right here, and I'm like, "Man, this is great." And I look over. I swear to God, she was erasing and looking at me. She was like,
She set you up. No. Did you go back?
so I'm like,
This is
just sitting there, and I'm like, and then she just goes, like, does it all? Go in, I'm turning it, and I'm like, sitting there for like 10 minutes.
Did
I'm
you
like,
say anything to
and
her?
I'm like, I looked at her like, and she just looked at me like,
oh man,
and I'm like,
she's going to hell.
right. So I'm like, I'm gonna go get my quiz. And like, it just keeps, something that's not that answer, because I got it wrong, I had it. So I go there, I was like, "Can I see my quiz real quick?" And Miss Gord's like, "Why do you need to?" I was like, "I just want to make sure I did all of them." She's like, "Okay." So I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'm in." To find it, I'm walking back. She's like, "You don't need to go back to your desk. Like, just, did you do them all?" I'm like, "Okay, yep." Like, acting confident, like hoping something works out. Get back the next day, she's like, "All right, we're gonna read all the things." I'm like, "All right." And she like, "Jared, you did good." Like, she didn't give the grade, but she's like, "Jared, you did good." Blah, blah. "Olivia, you did great. Great score, Olivia. Great job." And keeps going and doesn't say anything about me. And I'm like, okay, this is bad. He's like, "All right, everyone go to recess. Have a great time. Have the best day of your life. Hayden, you stay in here." And I'm like, "All right."
Have the best day of your life.
Yeah, I'm like, "Okay, like, cool." I sit there. She sits down, and she didn't think I cheated. She goes, "So, you really need to work on your studies and homework." And I'm like, "Why is that?" And she's like, 0 out of 100. And I was like, "Man." And I was like, "Okay." And
So
I'm like,
not only did not only did she like act like she was
Right.
newish, she purposely got everyone wrong.
she was like, "Oh, it's B, C. Oh, it's D, A." She's like, and Miss Gord wasn't like, "You did something wrong." Like, she's like, and I remember my hand was on the paper like this, and she like tapped my hand, and she's like, "I really need you to work." And she's like, "If you do good on the next test, like, I can help you out with this test, but I don't want to send the yellow paper home to your mom. That's like, you failed the test or whatever." And I'm like, "Oh," and I'm like so upset. And I'm like, so I'm like walking out of class. She's like, "Okay, you can go to recess." Like, "It's all right. It's just a test." And I'm thinking it's the end of the world. So she's like, passed out of the back, and I'm walking out of class, and I like open the door, and I'm like, idea. And I'm like, "Hey, what was the highest in the class?" And she goes, walking back to her class, "Olivia Nyland, she had 100. And she starts on the computer, and I'm like, no way. Go outside. What did I do?
You confronted her.
Let's play dodgeball. I swear, dude, every dodgeball. Let's go right into, like, she's out. Sitting in applesauce, and I'm like, "Dude, I'm out! I'm out!" I'm like, "I know! Ball me, Blazer! Ball me, Blazer!" Like, boom, cluster grenade, like, frag out. Worst cheating story ever.
Olivia, of all people. Wow, that's like clever for a 5th grader even. It's like she noticed that you were just like looking. Oh my god. And that was before like the towers that you made with the folders. Oh my god.
Way before that. That was
She wasn't even like, "How did you get 0 out of 100 multiple choice?"
Well, that's the thing. That's the kind of student I was. She was just like, "I need you to work on your studies."
Like,
Not like,
she was
"Are
used
you
to getting-
smoking dope? Are you intoxicated?"
Did you purposely get all of these wrong?
Yeah. But then I'm thinking back, like, if I didn't cheat, like that whole thing didn't happen and I got 0, like, I want to be a teacher. If a kid gets 0, do you give him an A?
No.
But he got every single one wrong. Like, that's
Do you?
No.
I can see
Like,
you.
Miss Burke gave me a
you're-
C on that 1 out of 49 because she's like, "I don't get how you did this." She's like, "C."
Wow.
That's
This
not
is
fair.
so I turned in all my homework but this is the one story
Yeah,
where
I remember
I
the story.
forgot the story, or I forgot to turn in my I didn't do my homework at all.
Yeah.
And Miss Wilson, I was in 5th grade, and she was like, "All right, everyone, homework from last night. You can put it right here, and then we're gonna get started with like or equations or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm just like completely blanked it. Like, don't even have the paper.
Yeah.
Like,
Backpacks at home.
yeah. I mean, no, that's not, that wouldn't happen to me.
All the time. I'm missing something.
No,
My
but
backpack.
so in 5th grade we had these. They were called cougar cards because we were like the chief untouched cougars or something like that. And there was
Chief Upchuck.
upchuck. It was untouched, but there was these cougar paws on this piece of paper that were like, if you did something good, you get them stamped or hole punched and with a cougar, like paw.
Yeah.
And it was like the coolest thing because like, oh, you pulled her chair out for you. Here's a cougar punch. And like at the beginning of the year, it was like she would go exactly over the cougar punch, match it up. But slowly, and this was towards the end of the year, she would like lost it or something and would just use like the normal hole punch. And my friend Vitaly,
Little Russian boy.
little Russian boy, Vitaly and my Matt were my like buddies in there, and they took advantage of it. So they went home, hole punched like all like 14 different paws, and if you filled it out, you got to, if you had all
Probably got
all
the damn ice cream and pizza
yeah,
store.
no, exactly. You could either have like any of these like massive candy bars, or you could give it to the teacher and you get a free homework. Like, oh, you didn't have to do it. So I don't have one of these, and I have like one card that has like 5 perfectly hole punch ones from the teacher because I'm not thinking like I'm gonna need like. I turned Vitaly's like, he didn't do it, and I was like, no, like just like
the world's gonna end.
The world's gonna end. Depressed, and I was like. And this is hard for me to do. This is not the type of person I am. But he had one left. But he had punched them all, like for himself, because he didn't pull the chair out.
Yeah.
But he had punched it all, and I was like, "Can I have that?" And he didn't do his homework either. And I was like, "Can I have that?" And he's like, "Yeah." Like just the nicest kid. And I was like, it was hard for me to do, but I was like, what? Like this is like gonna be like your 5th straight not turning it. Yeah. So he gives me it, but I felt like I was like, oh man, I really shouldn't have done that. Look in his backpack. He has a stack of them, all hole punched. He could get through the whole year without doing one.
Yep.
But he made it. But when he was like,
it was like the best thing in the world.
He was like, I mean, yeah, I guess you can have it. And I was like, damn, all right. Take it, but wow, you're like all credit in the world.
Yeah, all with belly down.
Yeah, like a rubber band stack of just the blue card that was hole punch. Oh my god! And then I was like, don't make yourself seem so nice. But yeah, how many cuties have we gone through?
A lot. It's been 20 minutes too.
Are we at 20 minutes?
Yep.
All right, what's our sign off?
This is just another trip down Knob Creek.
Alright. But it needs to be like, it can't be like that.
What do you want to do?
Or would you subscribe? Alright, that was another trip down Knob Creek. Subscribe. 39 minutes.
No. Yeah.
Holy shnikes. We can cover it in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But we need to sign off.
Sign off.
You say a trip down and I say Knob Creek.
Thanks for watching episode 2, but really 3, but 2. My name's Hayden. This is Jake. Thanks for watching a trip down
Knob Creek. And we'll come up with something better for next one.